What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. I have a really cool video for you today, I believe. At least it's cool for me. I really want to share this with you. Yesterday, I picked up basically what is the gun of my dreams. I have a top shelf to what I'm allowed to, in my own mind, spend on a firearm, and I knew what I would be able to do one day, and I did it. So I already have 1911s, but I wanted another 1911, and I'll show you that one in a second. But first, here's a Remington R1 that you guys have seen on the channel multiple times, and it's currently chambered in 45 Super. So that's just a good old boy. It's nothing special. At the time that I bought it, it cost about $550. Now they're about $800 due to the current situation, and they're pretty hard to find actually because of the whole Remington deal. But it's a good gun, and it's very accurate, and it's semi-reliable. That's why I don't carry it anymore. It used to be pretty, straightforward, just black and sharp edges on it and everything, and then I've basically dehorned it by wearing it, and it's got its finish all nicked up and this and that, and it's just a good old boy, like I said. Here's a Delta Elite. So one day I wanted a nice 10mm 1911, and I said it's going to be a Delta Elite just because I like the whole scheme of it, I like the history of it, and they're pretty reliable as far as I knew. So I picked one up, and I've loved it ever since. So just like I love that gun, I love this gun too. This is super accurate, just like that one is. So far been super reliable, and it handles any 10mm I put through it. It's a good 1911. It's when Colt actually made things nice. But now, I finally have what I've wanted for a long time. I've always wanted a Nighthawk Custom. Here it is. So I decided to go with the GA Precision model. So this kind of has a cool history. GA Precision makes precision rifles. They wanted to give their customers a 1911 to go with their rifles, and they teamed up with Nighthawk. You can go to the website, Nighthawk's website, and read a little bit about it. So they made this for some of their customers. Nighthawk continued to keep making it. So this is a GA Precision, or just says right here, GA Nighthawk Custom. Now let me get something out of the way right away. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to show off. This has been something I've worked towards for a long time. I'm really cool with the shop that I got this from, and they've actually had it on layaway for me for the past 6 months. It's taken me that long to pay it off, but I finally have it. So this isn't a sponsored video or anything like that. Trust me, I bought this. It's my hard-earned money that bought this, but I really wanted one of these, and I finally have one. You specifically. So I really like 1911s. I think that they're beautiful machines. They're extremely accurate. They have beautiful triggers. They're rock solid construction. You can get them in all kinds of shapes and sizes for the most part, that they still stay 1911, but some come with rails, some are shorter, some are longer, some are double stacked now. They make 2011s, but they've cut the slides in every which way you can. They've put all different kinds of grips, all different kinds of backstrap safeties, and everything you can imagine they've customized on these things. And they're really awesome guns. They just keep getting better and better with time. This is an example of that. This is taking it to the top notch, almost. There's more, I guess topper notches, if you want to say that. You can go to Atlas or something, but for the most part, for most of us, Nighthawk Custom is going to be where you're going to go. Something like this is considered, lower tier, the Remington. If you really wanted to go what would be called budget, and I hate that term, but budget might be a Rock Island or something similar to that. Nighthawk Custom has produced a beautiful machine. Everything about this gun you pay for, but it's worth it, in my opinion. We have cuts on the top of the slide, anti-glare, ball cuts they call them. Anti-glare here, straight 8 ledge sights. They're called Heine sights. There's a Trijicon front sight. You notice that they've done some work here on the hammer. You notice they've done some work here on the trigger. What I really think is cool about this is they've recessed this slide release notch here. That is awesome, because your finger usually rests there, and now it's perfectly flush and beveled. If you look down here, they've crowned the barrel beautifully. Smooth spring plug. They've done a high power type of a cut here. So those of you familiar with high powers. And they've also put a rail on this one. They say that this is combat ready. They've done what's called an ultra high front strap cup so that you can get your grip up here higher, as opposed to, if you look at it directly down, you'll see there's a lot more beef here in this one than there is here. And if you put the Delta in there, you'll see the difference of all three of them. Beefier, they took a little bit out here, they took a lot more out here. It's got a beautiful feeling safety. Perfect. And I don't like ambi safeties on a 1911. It just feels great. It's got what I would call an oversized mag release, and that helps with a 1911 for sure. Easy drop. It's just a beautiful gun overall. Black nitride finish. So I'll let you get a good look at it. G10 grips. Awesome checkering on the back strap and on the front strap. So I'm going to use my left hand here, and I'm going to show you guys the trigger. Just the tiniest amount of take up. Beautiful. You didn't even feel that. It just happened. Do it with my other hand. Tiniest amount of take up. And it just happens. Reset is right there. I let it go too far. That's too nice of a trigger for my finger. Let me try that again. Right there. As soon as you start to let off, it helps you reset. You barely can do it. As soon as you release any tension, it resets for you. That's awesome. What a beautiful, beautiful trigger. It comes with 2 Metgar magazines. At least that's the symbol right there, so you can tell that's who made it. But installed with that magwell, perfect. So what else comes in the bag? Just a bunch of boring stuff. I'm not going to go through the actual whole unboxing thing, but what I am looking for is the shot card that I call it, or there's another word for it and I can't think of it right now. But here's the paper. All Nighthawks come with this, and that is the group that we had here. I don't know exactly how many bullets traveled through there, but I'll take it. They said that they've done 200 grain semi-wad cutter, 230 grain jacketed hollow point, and 230 grain full metal jacket. This gun, the thing about Nighthawk Custom, their whole saying is one gun, one gunsmith. This wasn't made on an assembly line. Somebody got the parts out of a parts container and they made this all by themselves for the most part. One gun, one gunsmith. It was made by Brian Cheney. I think that's awesome. One man made my gun, and if I ever send it back to Nighthawk, he's probably still there working on it. So it was targeted by a guy named Nick, and that's the date on 11/13/20 at 12 yards. One gun, one gunsmith. I like that. So this was just a preview of this beautiful firearm that I waited 6 months to actually get inside my house. I was shaking. I couldn't get this thing in my hands fast enough. I was shaking when I filled out the 4473. Not that I was nervous filling out a form. I've done that plenty of times. I've never spent this amount of money on a handgun, on any gun. So I hope that this thing lives up to what I think it's going to do. I really like 1911s, like I said, and I really shoot them very well. This thing is supposed to be able to shoot lights out up close and lights out up 50 yards and more. We're gonna have plenty more videos with this gun, but I just wanted to give you, like I said, a little teaser here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in what order, but if you have suggestions, go ahead and send them to me. I'll tell you right now, we're not mud testing, we're not doing hot ammo tests, we're not doing stupid things to this gun. This gun's going to be treated nice. I do plan on carrying this gun in certain situations, and this thing, if it works out through our testing and proves to be reliable with a rail, this will be my nightstand gun. I mean, this is a Combat 1911 made by Nighthawk Custom. I mean, why would I doubt it whatsoever? Let's see if it goes through the testing, the initial testing. I finally bought a box of, I don't have it out here to show you, but for the first time in years, I'm telling you years, I bought a real factory box of 45 ACP because I just reloaded all the time. But for this gun, I figured its first run should be at least a new box of ammunition. So we'll get that to you really soon. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like what we do here at The Turkey's Opinion, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Until we see you next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting.